Good morning. This is a recording for Friday, December 8th. When we recognize that we are suffering because of our lack of self-forgiveness, this is when we know that we have taken the first step along the path of self-forgiveness. We must then choose to do the work required in self-forgiving. And as we discussed yesterday, identifying our feelings and embracing them will help us choose the way to either live with or transform them. The two common underlying emotions behind the self-forgiveness process are guilt and shame. So today, let's look at how we can work through these emotions, how we can resolve them. We all feel guilty at times. We feel guilty if we get angry with our colleague, or if we yell at our children, or if we are rude to a stranger in the street. Guilt is usually associated with doing something that we consider wrong. Brené Brown writes, "Guilt is good. Guilt helps us stay on track because it's about our behavior. It occurs when we compare something we have done or failed to do with our personal values. And the discomfort that results often motivates real change, amends, and self-reflection." The word guilt is derived from the German Geld, which means recompense or repayment of a debt. If we are unable to forgive ourselves because we feel guilt, then the solution is to look at whom we need to recompense for our actions. Do we need to apologize? Do we need to pay someone back the money we stole? Do we need to own up to our actions directly to the person we harmed and witness the anguish we've caused? Since feelings of guilt come from specific things we have done or not done, they can only be resolved by taking action. This is what Desmond Tutu suggests for resolving guilt. First, ask yourself what you have done or not done that is making you feel guilty. And then ask yourself what actions you can take to make it right. And if you are unsure what to do, ask a friend or a trusted advisor for advice. And finally, take the action you have resolved to take. And remember, the solution for guilt is always found in doing, in making amends. Shame, on the other hand, is quite a bit trickier to identify than guilt. Unlike guilt, shame is a feeling associated with being rather than doing. As Brené Brown defines it, guilt says, "I've done something bad." Shame says, "I am bad." Shame is often a hidden emotion, and it can be paralyzing in its power. When we feel a profound sense of shame, we feel a profound disconnection from ourselves and the world. We feel at our core that we are not worthy of forgiveness from others or from ourselves. The biggest barrier to self-forgiveness can be those feelings of shame. Shame makes us small. It makes us want to hide because we believe we are not worthy of belonging in the community or even the whole world. Unexpressed shame can lead to isolation, depression, substance abuse, even suicide. Unexpressed or unidentified shame can make it impossible for us to feel we are worthy of self-forgiveness. And will lessen the power that shame has on us when we give it a voice. Shame hides, while truth does not. The process of self-forgiveness and lessening shame involves reaching out to a group of like-minded or accepting people and sharing your identity and experiences. Or if not a group of people, a trusted advisor, a therapist. When you connect with others who also struggle with forgiving themselves because they are ashamed of who they are and what they've done, that connection can transform the shame. And this is why 12-step groups are so successful. People are able to come together and identify with each other in a place where they feel they belong, regardless of who they are and what they've done. We feel shame in isolation. And when we share our experiences with others, we create new meaning out of a painful past. Shame can only be healed in connection with others. Because we feel shame, we can be compassionate with the shame felt by others. Because we feel compassionate towards others, we then can feel compassion for ourselves. And when we feel self-compassion, we then can experience self-forgiveness. So to summarize, in order to resolve shame, share your feelings with others, whether it's with a trusted advisor or a community of like-minded people. And try to be of service and help others, because this will strengthen your sense of self-worth and value. Remember, you can heal shame only in connection with others. And when you connect, your compassion and self-compassion grow, which make it easier to forgive yourself and your past behavior. We all want to live in peace and harmony, but living in peace with others requires having peace and harmony within ourselves. We can transform our guilt and our shame by using our past to be of benefit to others. When we place ourselves and our stories in the service of others, we can more easily forgive ourselves for our failings. So today, let's do our last box of forgiveness practice together. Again, in this practice, you'll go beyond the story and connect with the underlying emotions of guilt or shame so that you can start transforming them, resolving them, creating space in which self-forgiveness will eventually become possible. Take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Allow your breath to be nice and soft, completely natural. Find a sense of spaciousness in your breathing, allowing all the experiences of the present moment to flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. Now take a few moments to create a safe space by bringing to mind a place of safety. It can be indoors or outdoors. It can be large or small. Try to inhabit this place fully. Really feel it. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What do you feel like when there? Now notice that someone is calling for you. They speak in a voice filled with warmth, love, and delight. When you're ready, welcome this person into your safe place and notice how their presence increases your sense of safety and assurance. Who is your companion today? Between you and your companion sits an open box. It's small and light enough for you to lift and hold. So do that and notice its size, shape, and texture. Now it's time to be 100% truthful, to connect with the feelings that are behind the story of your wrongdoings. It's time to drop the story itself and connect with the underlying emotion. And your companion is there to hold space for you. They're not going to speak. They're just being a witness for your exploration. So, what is beyond the story here? Are you feeling guilt or shame, or maybe both? What does it feel like, whatever emotion is prevailing? Find its texture, its color. Find where it is located in your body. If thoughts come up and distract you, just note thinking, thinking, and come back to experiencing. Remember, it's not about putting what you're feeling into words. It's really just about feeling. So what does the felt sense of your emotion feel like now? Do I identify this emotion as guilt or shame? Thoughts can cause the energy of emotions to freeze or dwell for a long time. It's said that if we let go of the thoughts, the energy can move. So can you let go of thoughts right now? Can you just connect with the energy of your emotions that is constantly moving? If you notice that you're still describing your felt sense of the emotion with words, then help yourself to go beyond the words into the feeling by asking, what does pleasant or unpleasant or painful or tight feel like? So whatever word you use to describe your emotion, keep asking yourself, what does it really feel like? What does it really feel like? Don't forget to breathe, feeling your emotions, experiencing, resting in the experience. If your felt sense is very strong, you might want to breathe a little bit more deeply, but not to breathe that sensation away, not to get rid of it, but just to get a little bit of space and openness and friendliness around the emotion. If you're feeling nothing at all, just a blank state, ask yourself, what does blank feel like? What does numb feel like? What does neutral feel like, really? If you're feeling resistance to doing this exercise, experience that. It's okay. And you can keep asking yourself the question, what is this? How does it feel like? And whether it's boredom or pressure or resistance, overwhelm, pain, sleepiness, whatever it is, try to get at the experience by asking yourself, what does this really feel like? Remember, you're not looking for a verbal answer. You're looking for an felt experience in the body. And whatever you're feeling right now, whatever you kind of brought yourself to feeling at this moment, just sit with it. Sit in the home base of your being, the vast spaciousness of your mind, the open dimension of you. And now look at your box of forgiveness again. Maybe take it into your lap. How does it feel to look at it now? How does it feel to hold it now? How does it feel to have your companion witness your exploration? When you're ready, hand the box over to your companion and leave your place of safety. Put your hands on your heart and thank yourself for all this deep, powerful work you've been doing on the path of forgiveness. With gratitude, send yourself the energy of loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. As you gently let go of your practice, scan your body. Notice how you're doing right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate the idea that when we place ourselves and our stories in the service of others, we can more easily forgive ourselves for our failings. Does this resonate with you? Do you think this approach can make a difference in your process of self-forgiveness? As always, please share in the comments here or maybe in our Mindful Morning private circle group, whatever you like. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.